Okay, we're back. All right, we're back. We've been wading through some heavy stuff, but let's try to ground ourselves. Today, we're looking at the opening of Fight Club.
And man, let's be real, it's not exactly grounding. It's more like being tossed into a centrifuge.
It feels like the narrator is literally coming apart at even the most profound human experiences. Exactly. And the angle we're bringing to this is the midlife crisis as a radical deconstruction of the self. He's tired, he's trying to burn down his entire identity.
Right, like he's looking for a way to stop being a copy of a copy and actually find something real.
Let's look at how he starts. He's describing the projection booths of a movie theater. He goes into this hyperfixation on the mechanics, the white dot on the screen, the sound in the hall, the way the film moves at 6 feet per and 10 frames per foot. It's almost obsessive. It's so clinical. He's describing the machine, but it feels like he's describing his own mind. Just mechanical, repetitive, running at a fixed speed.
And then he gets to the part about the starburst that stay even on video. It's like he's saying even the imperfections are permanent. There's no escaping the glitch.
And look at this transition. He describes the intense, heat-filled, dark booth. He's standing between two projectors holding the shutters. He has to switch them perfectly. Switching posts. The film continues. No one in the audience notices. That's terrifying. The idea that you could be doing something massive, something life-altering in your own head, and the world just keeps eating popcorn?
It's the middle-aged fear, isn't it? That your internal chaos is completely invisible to everyone else. You could be having a total breakdown in the projection booth, and the guy in row F is just wondering if he should get more nachos.
Exactly. And then he mentions the danger. If you mess up the switch, if the film tears, you wake up in terror. And the next line, you wake up in Montgomery Field. He's not even in the theater. He's just waking up. Everywhere. He's in a state of constant, fragmented displacement. He moves from Montgomery Field to Majez Field to Boeing Field to LAX. He's just a ghost moving through airports.
And check out how he describes the travel. He calls it a disposable world. He talks about the hotel soap, the tiny shampoo, the disposable toothbrush. Everything is meant to be used once and thrown away.
Like he's saying we are too.
Wait, look at how he describes the airplane seat. He says he feels like Gulliver and Lilliput. His shoulders are too wide, his legs are too long, his feet are miles away hitting the seat in front.
It's that physical discomfort of a man who no longer fits in the template he's been given. He's too much for the tiny, sterile world of corporate travel. But it gets darker. He mentions Tyler Durden here for the first time. He says Tyler sometimes wakes up in terror because he dreamed a film tour or the gears chew the sound.
And then this is my favorite part, the prank. Tyler starts cutting these single frames of, well, explicit content and inserting them into movies. 1/60th of a second, he says a massive, monumental image flashes on the screen and the audience just sits there eating popcorn, completely oblivious. They don't see the chaos, but it's there.
And that's the kicker, isn't it? He says that even though no one sees the image, something changes in their subconscious. People start feeling sick or crying for no reason. That's a massive claim. He's suggesting that you can inject trauma or truth into a system, and even if the system denies it, the damage is done.
It's like those subliminal messages people talk about. You can't ignore the rot once it's inside the machine.
And it ties back to his job. He's a claims adjuster. He's literally calculating the cost of death. He lays out this whole formula, A times B times C. If the cost of lawsuits is less than the cost of a recall, you just let the cars explode. That's so cold. It's pure mathematical nihilism. If X is less than the cost of the fix, we don't do the fix.
It's the corporate way to view human life. Just a variable in equation.
He says, I know every skeleton we hide in the closet. He's not even ashamed. He's just documenting it. He's living in this disposable existence, meeting disposable acquaintances, waiting for the end. And then the sudden shift, the sudden end of the flight. The plane tilts, the engine roars, and he says, in this moment, everything loses meaning. You don't even need to file an expense report.
I mean, if the plane is crashing, I'm definitely not worried about that $25 receipt for my lunch.
But that's the point. He's looking for the moment where the disposable world stops and something real happens. And then after all that fragmentation, all those airports, all that corporate math, he meets him. And by pure chance, I met Tyler Durden on a nudist beach.
Of enough. Out of all the places in the world, it's a beach full of naked people. The deconstruction is complete. The corporate suit is gone. All that's left is the skin.
It sounds like the start of the fire. All right, we're back. And we just left our narrator at the moment of impact meeting Tyler Durden on that nudist beach.
Which, honestly, is the most middle-age crisis way to meet a mentor. No yoga retreats, no expensive life coaches, just naked strangers and driftwood.
But look at what Tyler is actually doing while the narrator is asleep. He's more than just sunbathing. He's building something? He's dragging these huge logs, burying them in the sand, turning them into pillars. It's almost ritualistic. He's creating these vertical markers, and the narrator wakes up and sees this construction. He says, "When I woke up, Tyler had already buried 4 logs and was hauling a 5th.
It's like he's building a monument to nothing, just sticks in the sand.
But wait, there's a method to it. He uses a stick to draw a line on the sand, and he's watching the shadows. You know, it's actually quite clever. He's using the shadows to track the sun. I was actually reading something the day before about how people used to use a simple vertical pole, a gnomon, to tell time just by the length and position of the shadow."
So he's like a human sundial?
Exactly, but look at how Tyler describes the result. He calls it the shadow of a giant hand. He says the fingers are all wrong disproportionately long like Nosferatu, except for the thumb. That is such a visceral image. It's grotesque, but then he says the most profound thing in the whole passage. He says that at exactly 4:06 p.m., the shadow of this hand looked perfect. The shadow of the giant hand looked perfect for only a minute, and it was for that 1 minute that Tyler sat in the shadow of his created perfection.
Man, that hits hard. 1 minute of perfection justifies all the effort.
It's that drive to find something, anything, that isn't broken, even if it only lasts 60 seconds. It ties back to what we were saying about the disposable world. He's trying to manufacture a moment of permanence in a world that's constantly evaporating. But then, the scene shifts. Suddenly, we aren't on the beach anymore. We're in a support group.
Oh boy. Overcome. This is like the most depressing place on Earth.
It's even weirder than that. It's a group for people with brain parasites. And the narrator says, no one uses the word parasite, everyone says agent. It's classic corporate rebranding. They can't call it a parasite because that sounds too aggressive. They have to sanitize the horror. It's not a parasite, it's an agent.
It's like when companies say they're not firing people, they're right-sizing.
But the horror is still there. The narrator describes the physical symptoms, people losing limbs, brain fluid leaking, the whole thing. And then he introduces the new character, Marla Singer, and immediately she becomes the antagonist of his piece. He calls her a liar, a fraud. He's sitting in his meditation, trying to visualize this white ball of light, and all he can see is Marla smoking a cigarette, just watching him.
She's literally haunting his chakras.
It's intense. He's trying to do this guided meditation where every chakra is a blooming flower and he's just yelling liar at her in his head. But then he gets to this part about Chloe. Chloe was a regular. She died. And the way he describes her death is, it's brutal. He describes her internal organs as a labyrinth of bursting veins and hot lymph.
Okay, that's a bit much. Even for me.
It's so visceral. He's contrasting the real death of Chloe, which is this messy biological catastrophe, with the fake suffering of the people in the group, right? He says everyone is faking it. He says Marla is a simulant. He's looking at her and seeing someone who is just playing at being broken.
And then he says something that actually made me pause. He says, Marla doesn't have testicular cancer. She doesn't even have tuberculosis. She isn't going to die. But then he follows it up with, from a higher philosophical perspective, we are all slowly dying.
He's stripping away the drama to get to the baseline truth. The disposable man's only certainty is that everything ends in worms and fertilizer. It's so bleak, but there's this strange, dark intimacy in the end of the passage. He and Marla, they start dividing the illnesses.
Wait, what? They're splitting the diseases like a pizza?
Exactly. We can divide the weak fairly, he says. She takes the brain diseases and the tuberculosis, and he takes the testicular cancer and the chronic dementia. And this is the kicker, she asks, what about colon cancer? And he says, yeah, we'll split that one equally. She gets the first and third Sundays of every month.
I mean, if that's how you want to handle a relationship, go for it. It's definitely unique.
It's a deconstruction of intimacy. No romance, no finding yourself through love, just negotiating the terms of your shared decay. It's like the perfect minute on the beach. They aren't looking for a lifetime. They're just trying to figure out how to survive the next week. We're back. And if you thought the dividing the cancer part was peak weirdness, just wait. Marla is actually... she's doubling down.
Yeah, she's trying to win the whole league. She wants the colon cancer. She wants the parasites. She wants it all.
But look at why she wants it. It's not even about the pain. She says she never even dreamed she could feel so good. That's the wildest part. She says she never felt alive until she had something to compare death to. It's that extreme polarity again. To her, the absence of tragedy is just nothingness. You can't feel the light if you've never been in the dark. She needs the true grief and the deathly horror to realize she's actually breathing.
It's like she's trying to use trauma as a stimulant. I won't live like I used to. She used to work in a funeral home. She's literally saying she's bored of the dead. She needs the living, breathing agony of a support group to feel a pulse.
And the narrator? He's just trying to keep his distance. He's trying to pull away, telling her to go back to your funeral home, but he's trapped in this orbit with her. And look at the transition. We leave the prayer circle where people are literally clutching hands and praying for guidance through our fate, and suddenly we're in a security terminal.
Back to the disposable world. The shakers and pitchers.
Exactly. The shakers, the baggage handlers, don't care about a ticking suitcase. But the security guy, he's hyper-fixated on vibration. Because of an electric razor. Precisely. This goes back to what he said earlier about the airline protocols causing disruptions. It's so trivial. A battery-powered razor vibrates, and suddenly the entire system panics. It triggers a police intervention.
And in there it is, the classic Fight Club pivot. The suitcase didn't have a bomb. It had, well, the narrator's entire life.
I was carrying everything within me. The 6 white shirts, the 2 pairs of black pants, the extreme minimalism of a man who lives out of a suitcase. It's so clinical, so stripped down. He's literally reducing his identity to a checklist. A travel alarm, an electric razor, 6 pairs of socks. He's become as modular and replaceable as the items in his bag.
But wait, look at the consequence. The bag is pulled, the police arrive, and the narrator ends up in a taxi alone with his belongings scattered on the asphalt like debris.
It's like the world is physically unraveling him. His clothes are shredded to pieces on the street. And then the bomb arrives. Not the one in the suitcase, but the real one.
He describes his apartment exploding. It's a volcanic eruption of burning gas and debris that turns his living room into a charred, blackened cave.
And most heartbreaking, or maybe most middle-age crisis part, he's not mourning his life. He's mourning his stuff. He's mourning his handcrafted green glass service. He's mourning his 3-meter curtains.
He's literally heartbroken over a piece of glassware because it proved a simple, honest, hardworking Dutchman made it. He's clinging to the idea of craftsmanship in a world that just explodes.
It's that instinct to domesticate and decorate we talked about earlier. He says, I am enough the only victim of that instinct. He connects his shattered IKEA furniture to a larger shared tragedy. He's looking at the wreckage of his sculptural coffee table and seeing the end of civilization. The mass-produced life is being incinerated. Everything, including the service, was destroyed by the explosion. He's standing there in the middle of the debris, looking at the shimmering fragments of his life, and all he can do is keep moving.
He's just driving west at 455 miles per hour in his dreams.
There is no home left to go to. The apartment is a cave. The clothes are in the street. The person he was, he's just as shattered as that glass. God, all this destruction is making my head spin. Let's take 5 and grab some water.
Yeah, I need to check if my own stuff is currently exploding.